Hi, everybody, and welcome into another brand new episode of Caton's Corner right here on CUTV. As always, I'm your host, Tom Caton. As you saw in the opening graphic there, today is the season 6 finale of my show. It's hard to believe that the season's coming to an end when it felt like it just started, but I guess 3 months fly by when you're having fun. The season was something for the record books, if you ask me personally. First of all, most of you were probably shocked to see me when season 6 first premiered back in mid-September. Because my show allegedly ended back in May, but I came back to graduate school, by force if you might add, and decided to relaunch my show. But overall, happy to be back and help out with CUTV. So Christmas is 23 days away from today. It's December 2nd. Today's my annual Christmas show, hence why the opening graphic was a wreath, and I'm wearing a Christmas shirt. Usually the season finale and Christmas show happen simultaneously, so I have to celebrate the holidays and Christmas and the season finale all at the same time. I have my set decorated for the holidays, and you'll see that in a little bit. But now that it's December and we'll be hearing Christmas music out the wazoo, you may not know, but some Christmas songs that we know, that we listen to, are very old. For example, Silent Night was first written in the year 1816, making the song 205 years old. Another old song is 12 Days of Christmas. This song was first written in 1780, making the song 241 years old. 12 Days of Christmas is a song about someone giving their true love a variety of gifts over a 12-day period. All I have to say is that whoever wrote this song had a weird obsession with birds. The song talks about giving your true love a partridge in a pear tree, 2 turtle doves, 3 French hens, 4 calling birds, 6 geese a-laying, and 7 swans a-swimming. That's 23 birds alone right there. 23 too many if you ask me. But altogether, you're giving your true love 78 gifts, and 23 of those gifts are birds. To put into math, about 30% of your gifts will be birds. Let's just hope you're not allergic to them. The only good thing to come out of 12 Days of Christmas is the 5 golden rings. I guess that's why your true love takes all 23 birds to get to the 5 golden rings. But other gifts from the 8th to 12th days are kind of useless if you ask me. What would I do with 8 maids a milking or 9 ladies dancing? Sell them on eBay, I guess. But speaking of the holidays, this is that time of year where talk show hosts give away gifts to their audience. However, I run into 2 flaws here. I'm a college student, so I cannot afford gifts for anyone. It looks like my family and friends are getting a nice smile and a hug for Christmas this year. And second, my entire audience is virtual. I haven't had an audience since season 2, so no need to give out gifts there. It's a win-win situation for me, if you ask. But Christmas will be here soon. It's about 3 weeks away, and if you're unsure on what kind of gifts to get for others this season, don't worry, I have you covered. While searching the internet, I found some gifts that could be crossed off anyone's wish list this holiday season. Oprah Winfrey has her favorite things. Well, this is Tom's favorite things. So let's go ahead and take a look at this year's hottest Christmas gifts. If you grew up in a religious family like me, you might know what an advent calendar is. It's used to count down in anticipation of Christmas during the season of Advent. The kind of advent calendar I had growing up was filled with chocolate. You know, you'd look over the calendar and try to find the number that corresponded to the day. For example, it's December 2nd. You would try to find the number 2 on the calendar, open up the little door, and find a piece of chocolate to eat. There are 25 days in an advent calendar, however, usually about 2 or 3 days in my advent calendar because I would eat all the chocolate and not wait for anything. But I'm going on about advent calendars because this one favorite thing of mine I saw is a beauty advent calendar. Instead of finding chocolate or some little toy inside, you would find a mixture of beauty products. This calendar is from Feel Unique, and it includes 27 products, 5 of which are full size, and offers brands from, I'm not sure how to say this, Huda Beauty, however you say it, Delilah, and Grown Alchemist. These are quickly to sell out, so don't dilly-dally. However, the only setback to this beauty advent calendar is the price. It currently retails for $462, but you are getting a month's worth of different beauty products, so I guess that's why it has the big price tag. Next up, tech gifts are pretty much on anyone's list. Virtual reality, or VR as it is commonly referred to, has become very popular over the years. The Oculus Quest 2 all-in-one virtual reality gaming headset, that's a lot to say, is a must for that tech junkie on your Christmas list. Oculus Quest 2 is the most advanced VR system yet. Every detail has been engineered to make virtual worlds adapt to your movements, letting you explore awe-inspiring games and experiences with unparalleled freedom. The best thing about this VR headset is that no PC or game console is required, and the Oculus Quest 2 headset retails for $299. Next up, if you have someone that is a coffee enthusiast on your list, then you need to check out the Ninja Dual Brew 12-cup specialty coffee system. This is no ordinary coffee maker. This Ninja coffee bar delivers classic, rich, over ice, and other specialty brews from your favorite coffee grounds or coffee pods. Furthermore, you could also make lattes and cappuccinos from the system's attached fold-away frother. You could even dispense hot water for teas and soups as well. I might check into this to get it for myself. This coffee system retails for $159. And my last favorite thing I want to share is my love of cashmere. I love cashmere, but I don't own any because it's so expensive. This is the perfect gift for anyone who's always complaining that they're cold. This cashmere throw blanket from Banana Republic is so soft and luxurious, it would definitely keep you warm this winter. You know how you say throw when you're talking about a fancy blanket? And fancy it is because this cashmere throw retails for $289. It's a lot of money, but those are some of my favorite things, and hopefully now you have an idea on what kind of gifts to get family and friends this Christmas season. But showing you some of these favorite things doesn't mean you have to break the bank to find that perfect gift, because I think in reality the perfect gift is one that comes from within. But if you get me a cashmere throw, I would happily accept it. Also, those products I just talked about being my favorite things. They're not sponsoring this show, unfortunately, but if anyone out there from the makers of my favorite things would like to reach out to me, please feel free to do so. All right, well, we need to take a commercial break, and when we return, Kaitlyn Collins will be sitting down with me. Stay tuned. You're watching Caton's Corner on CUTV.
Back by popular demand and better than ever is late night dining in the Natali Student Center. Join us starting Monday, October 18th at the hot spot for evening dining, Natali Evening Eats, located on the second floor of Natali next to Umami. Open Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. and on weekends, 7:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. Natali Evening Eats is a one-stop shop for your favorite menu items. Orders can be placed through our mobile app or at the designated Evening Eats kiosk. We can't wait to see you there.
Welcome back, everybody, to the show. My first guest and only guest of the day is no stranger to the CUTV studio. She's currently our vice president, who just got a lecture on that. But we all know who she is, Kaitlyn Collins. Kaitlyn, hi.
Hi, Tom.
First of all, now that we have the wide shot, welcome to our winter wonderland here.
Yeah,
on
I'm
set.
so excited to be here. The set looks gorgeous,
Thank
and
you.
we have our Christmas sweaters on, so it could not be a better time.
Exactly, decorated by yours truly. We'll talk about, so you have a, one of my favorite Christmas movies, Elf. You have Buddy saying son of a nutcracker.
Yeah, it's
Kind of hard to see that, but
it says nutcracker.
It might be, I would say, because then I have a nutcracker on mine, so
Oh my gosh.
it says let's get cracking. I love this kind of punny.
Yeah,
costumes.
there's definitely, this was not planned, but like there's a theme going on
right?
here.
But all right, well, I have you here today talking about In the Club, the show that you host. You have a few shows underneath your belt, but how does that make you feel? Obviously, you're excited about it, and it's probably a given, but also, were you nervous for your first show?
Oh my gosh, I was so nervous for my first show. Like, I love being on In the Club. I love hosting it, but I was so nervous because I just like, I don't know. I make situations worse than they actually are. So I'm sitting in this studio just like freaking out. But once I did it, everything was fine. I still freak out every time though. Don't
Right.
get me wrong. I feel like somebody told me when I did theater in high school that if like when you're performing or you're in front of a camera or whatever, if you're not like a little bit scared every time, then there's something wrong.
Right.
Because you have to be like a little bit nervous. But yeah, overall, I
Right.
love the show so much and I love being a part of it.
I know I can definitely feel the same way because even for my show, I've done it for 6 whole seasons now. I still get nervous at times. I'm like, what if I screw up? I don't think it's happened yet, but it might happen. But I definitely did it for my first show almost 3 years ago. Yeah, it's like it's nerve-wracking, but it's also fun at the same time. People might not know what the show is about, so would you like to explain what In the Club is about?
Yeah, so In the Club is a show where we will bring in members from different clubs and organizations around campus just to get them to talk about their club, how students can join. And I think it's a really great platform in today's day and age where some people are still doing hybrid learning, and you know, it's just good to know what you can get involved with and how you can get involved with without really having to like put yourself out there. So
Okay.
I think it's really cool.
Definitely. So I know you're only a few shows in, but do you have a favorite memory while hosting this semester?
My favorite memory was definitely my first episode just because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what it would be like. So sitting in that chair and just doing that experience for the first time, I think it was the coolest thing. And I had 2 of my friends with me. I had Caitlin Irvin and Maria Dovshek, so it also helped to ease my nerves to have these 2 incredible women sitting with me, and it was just really cool.
I have to picture that. That's hard to believe. That was almost 3 months ago.
I know.
That's
I miss
crazy.
it.
How fast time flies. Excuse me. It's funny how we say we share this set, we share this chair. At least I would say I probably wouldn't. I don't share this chair with anyone, but at least with you, so it's okay.
Yeah, we share the chair. We do not fight over the chair.
Exactly. So before the first show was filmed this semester, the last time an episode was filmed was April 11th, 2018. That was more than 3.5 years ago. We see here we had former host Steve Ruffing and other famous CUTV alumni people, Dania Beck and Rachel Krieger. So what did it feel like for you to revive an old show that hasn't been done in such a long time?
Yeah, it felt like it was a little nerve-wracking because there was already like a standard set, you know? So like I felt like the bar was set so high, and I didn't really know those people too well because I was a freshman when they graduated, but I still hear their names. Like everybody still talks about them. So I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, this is me now, so I have to make it good, you know?
Right.
But I'm glad that I feel like I've been doing a decent job with it so far. So
Definitely. Well, how I said, Steve Ruffin was the former host and very well-known man in CUTV. You saw in that commercial how he's a news anchor now. Do you feel like you had some large shoes to fill, stepping in as host?
For sure. And just also with him being a news anchor, that's also like something that I want to do. So I just think it's really cool to see like how like minds are, you know. We've both been talk show hosts of In the Club, and hopefully I'll get in that career field.
Definitely. That's what we all hope for down here. Let's see. So I know the show has winded down for the semester. Hopefully it picks back up in the spring semester. But for those watching, if they are in a part of a club, how can they get in contact with you to be featured on the show?
Yeah, so they could send our Instagram account a DM. They could email me right there at col3634@calu.edu, or if I'm just walking around campus, don't hesitate to walk up to me. We can definitely set something up.
Exactly. So I know you graduate in the spring semester. It's hard to believe. You might be like me, though. You might end up coming back. But have you thought ahead to next season on what you want to do and maybe try to revive the show, have someone step in as the next host? Have you thought of that?
Yeah, so I'm not sure who's going to be the next host after me. That's exciting. We should do we should do something to make it like cool and fun, like an election or a raffle. But yeah, I think my biggest goal for the show next year is to maybe plan ahead a little bit more to make sure there can be more like consistent shoots of the show, because this was a really busy semester, and with next semester being my last, as I go on, more things are like going away.
Right.
So my availability will be more open, so I can put more time and effort into this show. So yeah, I think that's my biggest goal, is just consistency.
Well, that's good, because I know you were talking about before we started filming, you got an internship, which is exciting to hear. You said that's happening over the winter, or?
Yeah, so
Okay.
it'll start in the winter and then it'll continue through the spring. So I'll have it for a little bit.
All right, so, but definitely for next semester, because that's the hard thing, getting in that schedule. I know it's easy to get into a schedule, but for a show, it might be a little difficult, because definitely planning and timing. You know, so much goes into making a show here at CUTV, but definitely so. Well, Kaitlyn, thanks for being here. I know I have you for the entire show, but so like I said, even though in the club has winded down for the semester, it would definitely start back up in the spring semester. But with that being said, if you're part of a club and you would like to be featured on in the club with Kaitlyn, like she said, different ways to contact her. Her email, col3634@calu.edu, or even if you recognize her, might be a little more easier to recognize you outside without a mask on. but yes, definitely, if you would like to be featured in the club, please contact Kaitlyn. Well, we're going to step aside for another commercial break. More with Kaitlyn after this. Stay tuned. You're watching Caton's Corner on CUTV.
Back by popular demand and better than ever is late night dining in the Natali Student Center. Join us starting Monday, October 18th at the hot spot for evening dining, Natali Evening Eats, located on the second floor of Natali next to Umami. Open Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. to 11:30 p.m., and on weekends, 7:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m., Natali Evening Eats is a one-stop shop for your favorite menu items. Orders can be placed through our mobile app or at the designated Evening Eats kiosk. We can't wait to see you there.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. I'm still joined with good friend Kaitlyn Collins on my season 6 finale and Christmas show all at the same time. Definitely our lovely set here, decorated by yours truly. It's just so hard to believe that, one, Christmas time is here, and two, we're wrapping up the season because winter break starts in about a week now. So it's crazy to believe how fast the semester has gone. But Kaitlyn, I have you booked for the entire show today, so it's always good to see you here. Like you said during the commercial break, the stress is off when you're not sitting in the host seats.
For sure. I'm just chilling over here. I feel so relaxed. It's nice.
It is nice. But I know I forgot to ask you, you were in the room while I was showing my favorite things. Out of those, would you take any of those favorite things of mine?
Ooh, okay, so the beauty advent calendar was pretty cool. As long as I'm not buying it, anyone can feel free to send that my way.
Tag.
I don't drink coffee, so the coffee pot wouldn't be up my alley. And I don't even know if I know what cashmere feels like. I really like, I don't know. I like fleece blankets. I like soft things, but yeah, there were some pretty cool gifts in that little holiday guide for sure.
I know. I would definitely, well, the reason that it has a big price tag of that beauty advent calendar, you're getting about a month's worth, I can never say that correctly, of beauty products. So I guess that's why. Cashmere, I just love cashmere. But so the holiday season, Christmas is about 3 weeks from now. It's hard to believe. I haven't done any of my Christmas shopping yet. Have you done that yet at all?
No, because it's crazy, because when you're doing finals, you're so focused on like your grades and school and everything, and as soon as it's over, it's like, I didn't get anybody anything for Christmas. So it's like stressful, but we'll get there.
Yeah, because by the time we get done, there's only about 2 weeks left. I know we get done next week, but it's so hard. I was thinking of doing some shopping. Last week was home for Thanksgiving, but I was like, I didn't have that much time either. So I'm like, well, I have more free time once the semester's over. But that's what our conversation is about, the holidays and remnants. So Thanksgiving was a week ago. So did you have a nice Thanksgiving?
I did have a nice Thanksgiving. It was really nice to see some family and to have some of the stress of school taken off. But however, I think Thanksgiving is my least favorite holiday of the year because I don't like turkey and everybody makes turkey and I just don't want to eat it.
But I say, yeah, I also know I love Thanksgiving, but also Thanksgiving break, it gives us a sense of false relaxation because we come back, we still have 2 weeks. You're finishing up your final assignments. Do you have any finals? I saw this meme. I saw a couple memes that are relating to it. Someone was sitting in a classroom, all decked out. They're wearing I think a Christmas tree costume. And the caption was when you're ready for Christmas, but you still have finals. So that is definitely going to be
That's
us.
the feeling.
Definitely next week. I would say Thanksgiving week for this year, it was nice. It was the first time I think in about 8 years or so I didn't host Thanksgiving at my house. We usually have it at my house. It was very nice because my mom I know she watches the show, so I'll probably get a phone call after this, but it was nice to not hear her yell or complain about anything because you have to clean everything and you cook everything, and it's a lot of stress, but it was nice to not have it at our house this year, even though people say you can't decorate for Thanksgiving, but I do it anyway.
Yeah, I love some nice fall decor, you take away the Halloween stuff and then you just get the regular pumpkins and the leaves and all that stuff. I love the fall aesthetic.
Yes, definitely. So Christmas being about 3 weeks away, what are your plans for the upcoming holidays, if you have any?
Yeah, so I will be driving to see my family. They live about 4 hours away, so it's really hard to make it up there to see them. So I saw my dad's side of the family for Thanksgiving, but now I get to see my mom and my siblings. So, and then my internship will start. I don't know when that's starting yet, but those are the big things. And just to try to relax. I do have a winter class this semester, and I've never had a winter class before, but I don't think it'll be too bad. I think with the internship and work, it'll keep me on track to, have a schedule and a routine, but I think I'll also just get to chill a lot more, and I can't wait for that.
Definitely, I know. Just love waking up. Christmas Day is the only time I am willing to wake up early.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, I don't know if this happened to you, but Christmas Day, I'm waking up at 6 a.m. because I'm as a little kid, you're so excited to open up your gifts, see what Santa brought you. But what was it, Christmas last year? Literally, my whole family, we slept until 10 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
which was nice, and we were waiting to open up gifts. We didn't open gifts up until about noon. Just we got up, just went about, we'll get to the Christmas gifts sometime soon. But so with the holidays, a lot of memories can be made. Do you have a favorite holiday memory you would like to share?
That's a good question. I love the holidays. I love Christmas. So I just think in general, the feeling of being a little kid and then going to bed on Christmas Eve, but you can't sleep because you're so excited and you're just all of your senses are working all at once because you're do I hear Santa? What is that noise downstairs? I miss the Christmas magic for sure.
Right. It's just because as we've noticed, as we got older, Christmas becomes very commercialized each year, which is a sad thing, but I still try to enjoy it. But I know I have two memories. I know every Christmas Eve, like you said, that NORAD Santa tracker, I'd always go and track Santa. And once he got into the United States, I would freak out because we go out to celebrate Christmas Eve, and I know Santa, I was always told Santa comes directly at midnight, and he doesn't come until you're fast asleep. I'm like you said, you can't. You're a little kid, you're so excited, you can't go to sleep. But I know my all-time favorite holiday, we still hold this tradition every year. We decorate Christmas cookies with my grandma and my cousins. And it's funny, my grandma, she would bake all the cookies and then we would come and decorate it, but we had to decorate them a certain way though. And I think my grandma, if you were we had one of the cookies was the shape of a bell, and if you were painting it blue, she would yell at you. I'm I'm 8 years old, I don't know that kind of stuff. But as we were talking about holiday shopping, do you find it difficult to shop for other people for Christmas gifts?
Yeah, I do. I love giving gifts. I think I'm one of those people that I love giving more than receiving. But now that my favorite people to shop for are my siblings, but they're getting older. So my sisters are in middle school, so they don't want toys or cute things anymore. They want clothes, and I'm I don't know how to shop for them, but it gets harder as the years go on, I think.
I know, I can definitely confirm that. I think what my grandma does now, she's done it for the last few years, as we've gotten older, because altogether she has 9 grandchildren, and she would ask like, "Oh, what do you want for Christmas?" And I'm like, "I really don't know." But now what she does, she doesn't go out that often anymore because she's 85, and she goes, "If you see something you like, buy it, and I'll pay you back, and that'll be your Christmas gift."
That's
from
a
me."
good strategy.
So if you can't think of a way, definitely do it that way.
I'd stack a cart like this fool and be like, pay up.
Exactly. But moving on along, holiday traditions. Do you have any family holiday traditions that you do every year?
We have like I don't know if I want to say basic, but like the standard holiday tradition where on Christmas Day, or does it start on Christmas Eve too? The only thing that plays on the TV is A Christmas Story.
Okay.
That's like, and you know, it's really funny because it's on the TV all day long, but like you never see the whole thing.
Right.
And it feels like you're sitting there and it's like the same parts happening like over and over again, and it's like, this just happened, you know, but like that's
Right.
like, that's one of our big ones.
I know my favorite holiday tradition, we do it every year. I think, I can't remember the name of it, but like we would just always go out, drive around the neighborhood and just check out everyone's holiday light displays and all that. It's just so calming and tranquil, I think. But I think we did it last year, or we go down to Ogle Bay and all those other good places where they have it. I'm like, this is so cool. I'm like, I wish I had the energy to do this. Or I watched the Great Christmas Light Fight on ABC.
Yeah.
It's amazing what they do.
It is. It's crazy.
But last question, what are you looking forward to this holiday season?
Oh, I'm looking forward to so much. I'm looking forward to seeing my family, having an easier break from school. My birthday's right after the holidays, so that's fun. It's January 12th, so if you're watching this, tell me happy birthday. But yeah, it's a fun time because it's like, it's not fun for my family because they have to spend more money, but it's like Christmas, New Year's, my birthday. But it's like a nice little stretch of time, so it's definitely one of my favorite times of the year. I don't like the cold. I do not like the cold, but I just love like the snow and the idea of Christmas and everything, but not going back to school in January.
Well, at least your birthday's after the holidays, because I know
Yeah.
if your birthday's among the holiday season, you get forgotten because of Christmas and all that.
Yeah, so now it's like, no excuses. It's after Christmas.
Exactly. But holidays are definitely the most wonderful time of the year. But we'll step aside for another commercial break, and when we return, we're going to play a game. Stay tuned.
Ooh.
More Caton's Corner right after this.
Vulcan basketball is back at Bloomsburg, at East Stroudsburg, women at Bowie State, men home versus Carlow, home versus Westchester, home versus Millersville, home versus Kutztown, home versus IUP, at UPJ, at Shepherd, home versus Slippery Rock, at Edinburgh, at Clarion, at Mercyhurst, home versus Gannon, home versus Seton Hill, at Slippery Rock, home versus Pitt Johnstown, women at Salem, at IUP, home versus Edinburgh, at Seton Hill, home versus Clarion, home versus Mercyhurst, at Gannon. Follow the Vulcans live on CUTV Sports 1, on the PSAC Digital Network, and at calvulcans.com.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. It's near the end of the show, and you all know what that means. It's time to play a game. I'm still joined with Kaitlyn, my only guest of the whole entire show. We decided to make it easy today on our season finale. But for today's game, I decided to introduce a new game. I'm going to call it This or That. And here's how the game goes. Many food dishes are prepared during the holiday season. Some of them are liked, some of them are not liked. So we're going to see 2 food dishes pop up on the screen, and this or that. We'll just pick whichever one we prefer. It's plain and simple, and maybe this will let people know not what to make this year for Christmas dinner. So let's go ahead and play. So Kaitlyn, I already know your first answer for the first one. First one up, this or that, ham or turkey. I know your answer already.
I hate turkey. I love ham. Like, I don't know, like, I feel like I meet people every year that, like, say, like, oh, I don't like turkey. And I'm like, you don't like turkey either? But everybody loves ham, and everybody loves chicken. Like, why not just make, like, a big chicken? You know what I mean? Like, chicken is, like, one of the best things on this planet. So, like, why don't we make, like, a Christmas chicken?
We're gonna start a campaign, Christmas chicken. But, well, I think I just know for me, like, turkey in my family, turkey is made for Thanksgiving and ham is made for Christmas.
Yeah.
But I know you could do either or, really. I just know the turkey, it makes you very sleepy afterward.
Yeah.
Because of the tryptophan. And, but yes, so, all right, we'll move this along. Next one up, holiday beverages, eggnog or hot chocolates?
I've never had eggnog. Is it alcoholic or is it not? Or can it be alcoholic?
You can make it alcoholic. That's the fun part.
Because I've never had eggnog, and sometimes I see it and I'm like, oop, I can't drink
eggnog.
that.
It's like, I've had it before. I prefer it over hot chocolate because, I don't know, I don't like hot chocolate. I like warm chocolate.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so excited to drink the hot chocolate because I love it so much. That is my answer. But I love it so much, and then it burns my tongue, and then it's like the rest of the time you're drinking it, it's like, well, this isn't even fun anymore. My tongue hurts. But.
I know, to describe eggnog, it's kind of like a thick milk. That's like the way, I don't know, that's my way
That sounds
foul. That's my way to describe it. It's like milk, it looks like milk, but it is thicker than milk. That's just my way to describe it.
Thick milk.
I don't know how to pronounce it. You just had to look up the ingredients.
I guess so.
And all that. You can't taste any eggs. That's the good part.
Well, that's good. That's good.
All right, we'll move on to the next one. Fruit cake or a nut roll?
I don't think I've had fruit cake, so I'd have to go with nut roll. It's funny because, like, I don't think I've had fruit cake because, like, you know, in the SpongeBob Christmas episode where everybody's like throwing out the fruit cake? I was like, I don't want that. That sucks, you know? Right. So I don't think I've ever had it. So definitely nut roll.
I'll say, yeah, definitely nut roll for sure. Fruit cake, I think my grandma, I know she makes a good fruit cake. That may be the only time I'll eat a fruit cake, but put that visual in your mind. You literally see all the fruit cake thrown away.
Yeah.
I don't know, if you give someone a fruit cake, you're like telling them in a friendly way that you don't like them.
That's what I've always thought. So it's like, I've just always been like turned off to fruitcake. Like.
Right. I don't know. Fruitcake is like the most hated holiday dessert, and we don't know why.
It's a good question.
We don't know why. That's something to look into. But all right, we'll move this along. We have some peppermint coming up. Candy canes or a peppermint mocha?
Ooh, candy canes for sure, because I don't really like coffee. So,
okay.
Yeah. Definitely I like, actually, better than peppermint. I like peppermint, but you know those fruity candy canes? Mm-hmm. I don't know if they're like the Jolly Rancher ones, but those. They're incredible.
They are so good. I know when you go to the store and you see the whole display, an assortment of candy canes, I look for the fruity ones. I like the peppermint because I know that's a classic, but at the same time, they have so many different flavors.
They do.
They make Oreo flavored.
Are you kidding?
It's not good. Please don't waste your money getting Oreo candy.
No Oreo candy.
I tried them. They were okay, but no, it just didn't taste the same. But they make so many flavors. Jolly Rancher, I saw like strawberry, you name it. They probably had a flavor for it. I know for me, I'm a big coffee person. That's why I had that Ninja coffee system. Peppermint mocha, I love them. When I went home last week, I stopped at my local Starbucks and got one. I was like, yes.
You know what I want to try is I keep seeing all over TikTok that sugar cookie cold foam. And I'm like, I don't like coffee, but I see that and I'm like, I want it. And then it's like, I'm going to waste my money because I'm not going to like it. Right. But it looks really good. So maybe I'll give in and then throw it in the garbage.
That's the one thing I'm always scared about. Like, I want to try a new drink every time I go to Starbucks, but I'm also afraid if I don't like it and I wasted money on it.
Yeah, that's the feeling for
That's
sure.
The saddest part. But I know for me, my peppermint mocha, I know it can be served hot or cold. I have to have it cold. I would drink an iced coffee in the middle of a blizzard because I just love my iced coffee. But all right, we'll move on to the last one here. I don't think anyone's ever had this before. I know I haven't. Figgy pudding or gingerbread?
Oh, yeah, I have not had figgy pudding, so gingerbread.
Never tried it.
But I love gingerbread, like gingerbread men.
Gingerbread for sure.
Well, I guess I've never eaten a gingerbread house. I like decorating them. I don't think you can eat them because I feel like once you decorate them, like you want to let it sit, and then you let it sit for like too long, and then you're like, I don't want to eat that. But
it gets stale because I know up in my apartment we made some of those gingerbread houses, but I think if you would want to eat it, you have to eat it like right after you assemble it.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
and then what's the fun in that? Like.
right. Otherwise it would get stale. But gingerbread men, so good. I also know the hack that you make to make a reindeer cookie. It's a gingerbread man cut out. You turn the cookie upside down and make it a reindeer.
Are you kidding?
So like
Oh
the legs
It's like the antlers.
would be the antlers. That is, I think my grandma showed me that. I'm
That's
like,
so clever.
my whole entire life I did not, I did not know this.
I love that.
So, but definitely that's a lot of fun. Well, I'd say gingerbread for sure. Figgy pudding, I just don't know. I guess
What
you have
is it?
you have to like, I think it's made with figs, definitely.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
It's self-explanatory. Figs in pudding.
No, thank you.
I always think of when I watch Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the one with Jim Carrey, and it shows
yeah.
the figgy pudding contest, and they're feeding it to the Grinch, and it doesn't look good.
Yeah.
I think that always comes into my mind. But all right, well, that's how you play this or that Christmas food edition. I'm kind of hungry now that you think of it.
Yeah. Time for a snack.
And now you know what to make and what not to make this year for Christmas. But that does conclude this episode of Caton's Corner. I would like to thank my one and only guest for today, Kaitlyn. Kaitlyn, thank you for joining me. Always a pleasure to have you here. You know, you can always come around anytime. I'll come back for In the Club too.
Oh, of course, of course.
But be sure to follow CUTV, WCAL, Cal Times, and all of its social media websites. Can't think of the word here. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page, CUTV Sports 1, for all future content. We have plenty of basketball games coming up over winter break. CUTV and WCAL will have you covered, so be sure to tune in for that. So how I said, today was the season 6 finale. My show will be going on its winter break over the next 6 weeks. Season 7, it's hard to believe, will launch sometime in the spring semester next year. That will happen either late January or early February, so be sure to tune back in for another great season of Caton's Corner, and be sure to tune back in for In the Club when that starts back up in the spring semester. I would like to thank everyone, whether you were a guest on my show this season or if you helped out in the control room. I truly appreciate your presence. Your presence is my present this year. But lastly, before we sign off, on behalf of everyone here at CUTV, we would like to wish you a very safe and happy holiday season and happy new year. Whether you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa, please celebrate responsibly. That is all for today. So until we meet again, stay safe, stay 6 feet apart, stay beautiful, and have a happy holiday season. Bye, everybody.